What's going on, Minties? The Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition. And join me as I take an advanced look at the Thor, the God Butcher, Marvel Select Edition, and the Avengers Epic Collection, The Gatherer's Strike. So please stay tuned. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at the Marvel Select Thor, the God Butcher. But before I do so, I'd like to say a thank you to David Gabriel and the folks at Marvel for sending us advanced copies. So let's take a closer look at this. Now, we know the Marvel Select line are stories chosen by editors to kind of symbolize a character. So one story per character. So with Thor, they chose Jason Aaron's and Ezed Ribbick's Thor, the God Butcher. And it is a beautiful story, wonderfully drawn. This was previously collected in oversized hardcovers, in complete collections, in trade paperbacks. So it's widely available. Of course, most of us in the collected editions game that have had it are waiting on an omnibus sometime. Still no mention of that yet, of course. So this pretty much is the story of the God Butcher. It's this creature that is going around and killing gods throughout time and, yes, space. It introduces us to some characters from the future, characters from the past, and then, of course, present day Odin's son here. And this leads up to a 5-year event that Jason Aaron was setting up from the beginning. It's really awesome to read all this way through. If you're not familiar with the Marvel Select line, I've done overviews of Ultimate Spider-Man and the Thanos book. But, so pretty much it's just going to be one volume, right? So this collects the first 5 issues, and that is it. They're not collecting any more Thor in this particular format. This is pretty much an introduction to the character of Thor for you to give to a friend or somebody that has been interested in either the character or reading comic books. And honestly, it is a wonderful story to introduce them to it. Now, let's look at the extras here in the back. There is my boy, the God Butcher. Creepy looking designs. So in the back here we have the covers. These are the extras. These are the combined covers. The variant by Joe Quesada and the sketch variant. The Scotty Young variant. The design variant of the characters. More variant covers. That's Acuna. Both of those are Acuna, actually. And if I'm not mistaken, that's Oliver Copia. Yeah. And then, of course, the sketchbook here in the back. So, you know, it's packed with just awesome extras. These are also found in the trade paperback. I'm sorry, the complete collection, and in the oversized hardcover. Wonderful extras. I love when they put them in here like that. By the way, the book does retail for $24.99. And both of these books will be available on December 4th at places like cheapgraphicnovels.com and comic book stores and everywhere else about a few weeks later, like Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Now, let's look at this. Yes, more Avengers from the leather jacket years. This is an awesome fit into the Avengers Epic Collection. Volume 24, 1993 to 94. What I like to call the Bob Harris leather jacket years. This is after the collection obsession and after Fear the Reaper. So Volume 24 fits after all that. It collects Avengers 360 to 366, the Strike File, the magazine, and then the Terminatrix agenda. It's a 4-part miniseries. Most of this stuff in here is written by Bob Harris, and then the Terminatrix agenda is written by Mark Grunwald. That's who ended up writing it. But anyway, so during this time, you have Dane Whitman as the Black Knight, Cersei, and Crystal, and then the Vision. The new swordsman, Philip Jarvert, I think was his name. He was one of the original gatherers. They were introduced all the way back in 345, I think, of Avengers. And now they're coming here to Earth. They're this group of characters from another dimension that just want to destroy the Avengers, and they seem really powerful. And now they want their hands on Vision, and then the Eternals come looking for Cersei. So it's like trouble comes always knocking at the Avengers' door during this time. This is like I said, Bob Harris and what we like to call the leather jacket years. Crystal being probably the most newest Avenger. This is also the introduction of Deathcry, who was a Shi'ar character and ended up joining the Avengers. I don't know if anybody's really familiar with her. I'm sure most of you are if you've read this time. And yeah, Deathcry is introduced in this issue. All of this, by the way, is drawn, most of it, I'm sorry, most of this stuff, not this, but most of the stuff is drawn by the amazing Stephen Epting right here, who's still drawing comic books, even though his style is a little bit different. This is his younger days when he had more of a Andy Kubert. Well, he is a graduate of the Joe Kubert school, but you could tell like he had that Kubert art style to it. The inks are by Tom Palmer. And what else happens here? Oh yeah, we are introduced. There is an annual in here. Here we go. Annual 22. The introduction of Blood Wraith. Now, during this year, Marvel was introducing a new character in each annual. And Blood Wraith was created by Glenn Herdling and Scott McDaniels. And each one of these annuals came with a polybag, and they had a card in there introducing the character. Some of these characters blew up, but most were probably forgotten. Somewhere in the archives of Marvel, Blood Wraith is sitting there waiting for somebody to bring him back from the brink of obscurity, I'm sure. Let's look back here. Okay, so here's the Terminatrix objective, not agenda. Why did I call it the agenda? Sorry about that. It's the Terminatrix objective. This is the miniseries written by Mark Gruenwald, and I love this that it features the 3 new replacement heroes, as they're known. You have U.S. Agent, War Machine, and Thunderstrike. So, you know, the original holy trinity of the Avengers, to most people, are probably Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor. So this is kind of like the new guys that have taken over, and they're a little more edgier, hence, you know, why they formed Force Works, why they were in the Avengers West Coast for a long time. This is a time travel miniseries that features characters like Kang, a few other surprises that I can't reveal, so I'll make sure I don't flip too much through here. And then let's look at the strike file. So here is Avengers Strike File, again written by Bob Harris, Jeff Moore supplying the artwork for this one. And pretty much it's a get to know your Avengers and what's happened in the latest issues. Golly, Mark Pacella, how did that guy get a job drawing comic books? I'm sure he's blown up now and some kind of storyboard artist for famous movies like Love Actually. Am I the only one that loves that movie during this time of year? Maybe. Well, I flipped through the extras here in the back. We're getting ready to hit the magazine. Anybody else getting these? Like, boy, I picked a bad page to talk about this. Here, let's look at the anniversary magazine for a little bit. 488 pages, by the way, and $39.99 is the retail price. And again, comes out on December 4th. Anybody else getting these, the Avengers, or do you have a love for the epics and you're like, okay, I am definitely stopping with year 1988 or something like that. You're like, I'm not going to get any of the 90s stuff. Or are you just a completist, like, nope, I'm going to get every single Avenger in epic format. You all know how much I love this format and how much I love talking about it. I've had Curtis on the show, and how much we both really enjoy this stuff. And man, I'm just glad that these are out and available. Because honestly, you know, as much as an omnibus comes first to me, omniboo, plural, that I love them so much. But I don't see them doing a Bob Harris, Steve Epting, Leather Jacket years for quite a while. So these, to me, are what I call placeholders. They're nice to have and to read, and they're the perfect reading. Like, seriously, just holding it when you're traveling and stuff. They're the perfect reading experience. But you all know I love oversized artwork and stories. So, to me, these are known as placeholders, where they're just waiting there for hopefully an omnibus one day. But until then, these will do nicely. Now, let's look at the extras in the back. Not really much extras. It's more of the magazine stuff in here. So, interesting. Now we have 12 epic collections from Avengers. I'd love to see more. Let me know in the comments down below also what other epic collections you want from the Avengers years. Me, I probably want some more of the stuff from the 70s. And of course, well, I'd rather have a Roger Stern omnibus, but, you know, I'd like to have some of that stuff also collected in epic collection. Even though we've had, you know, Trial of Yellow Jacket and Absolute Vision and stuff like that, I like to get more of that stuff in one uniform trade paperback format. Uniform. That kind of reminds me, I guess I wish I had picked up the Operation Galactic Storm in Epic format. So, any of you minties out there run into it, let me know in the comments down below, please. And that was the contents of the book. Now, remember, you can get both books from
cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off the cover price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on packaging your books so they arrive safely and in excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. And check out their bargain bin for even greater deals up to 90% off cover price. And for you minties, Cheap Graphic Novels is running a special promotion. If you're a first-time customer, let them know you were referred by Near Mint Condition at the checkout, and you'll receive a credit for free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discounts, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more.
And don't forget to check out their Black Friday deal that is going on all this weekend up until Cyber Monday. Don't forget to check out the channel back on Sunday when I do a first look at the Silver Surfer Black, which actually I'm going to open up and read. Have not read anything past issue 1. And then on Monday when I take a look at the House of X and Powers of 10 hardcover. These are due out in December, but I was going to take a first look on Sunday and then Monday. And please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. Thank you again to all our patrons. And if you're interested in joining our Patreon, that information is in the description down below. Now, more importantly, remember, if it's classy and cool, it must be near mint.